Okay, I'm just setting up the live stream. It won't be long. Okay. So Marga says, whoa, nice. Greetings, Jonathan. I have to thank you. I've learned so much with your awesome content. Oh, no, you're welcome. I'm only just a page ahead of you in the books, so I'm not some sort of expert. I just work at it a bit more than some, that's all. Okay, let's go and get this airplane up and running, shall we? So I'm going to do this without the head tracking for a bit. We'll turn head tracking on once we're up and running. I have to remember how to work the airplane first. So battery's on. Alternator switch can come on. The fuel is on the left tank by default. We're going to need a fair amount of fuel actually. Let's go and sort that out straight away. We'll get rid of the passenger. We don't want a passenger today. We just have ourselves in the airplane. Thank you very much. Okay. So, anti-collision light goes to on. Mixture can go to rich, and we should be able to just turn the engine over straight away actually. So let's just make sure the levers and everything are working, make sure everything's working. Okay, so let's run it at 1000 RPM just to warm the engine up. So we're going to put the nav lights on. Okay. And the master avionics switch is down the side in this aircraft. I always forget that. GPS is just coming up. Not that it's going to be much use to us today. We are taking off from, if I get some place names for you, hello, the actual runway's out in the middle of nowhere, so just north of, now I'm not even going to try and pronounce this, Mayaguez, but that's obviously not how you pronounce it. We're going to go over to Arecibo, down to Adjuntas, down to Mercedita, then to Santa Isabel, over to Humacao, and then back over to San Juan to finish up. But yeah, the primary aim today is to go and have a look at Arecibo, obviously. So hopefully we'll find it without too much trouble. So, Marga says, greetings from Chile. Fantastic. Okay, so switch on the GPS. Not that we'll really need it. I guess we could put the waypoints in. It's going to take a while though, isn't it? And we're not going to fly directly that route. We're going to go at an angle. So maybe we just use LittleNavMap and use heading to navigate. So press B to calibrate the altimeter, press D to calibrate the gyro compass. And let's have a look at the airfield where we are. So it's looking like runway 09, so 10 degrees, 80, yeah. So we're going to be doubling back, turning right, and then right again at the end of the taxiway. So we're going off down there. Okay, so if I press the various buttons that straighten up the tracking, for the head tracking. Go off the parking brake. So this is the Coronado Archer. So let's have a look from outside. It's noisy out here, isn't it? It's much quieter inside the aeroplane. Let's just check the volume levels actually, because you can never quite tell. Yeah, it's very loud. So let's turn that down a bit so you're not... So I'm not having to shout to be heard over the top of the aeroplane. Okay. Okay, coming up through 60 knots and rotate gently, and we're in the air. I have no idea what that airplane's doing there. It couldn't land here. So we're going to hopefully have some very pretty scenery along the way. So our first heading today is going to be 11 miles, 90 degrees, which should take us straight to Arecibo. So let's get this compass lined up. And we're on our way. So where's the RPM? Yeah, we're a little bit high on the RPM. I'm just going to pull it, edge it back a little bit. So yes, we are looking for the radio telescope. I'm just looking at the live stream comments. I'm going to have to turn head tracking off to look at the live stream comments. There we go. So I'm just going to trim the aeroplane out. There's a little bit of wind, so it's obviously kicking off the hills. Greetings to Berkeley, California. Greetings to all the other people that are coming in from various places. So what I'm going to do while we're flying along actually is open the tablet and get rid of the passenger from the external view. Why they haven't sorted that, I'll never know. We can have a GTN in this, but I don't know. I'm not that keen on them. So say done. Put the tablet back away. There we go. So we're flying 90 degrees. Let's get the head tracking back on. Then it makes it a lot better for looking at the aeroplane, doesn't it? Actually go and be nosy. Let's have a look at the map. It's about a quarter of the way over to Arecibo. Just going San Sebastian is just to the north of us. Just over there, I guess. Should we do a bit of a detour to fit in as many things as we can along the way? So if we were to add a position to the flight plan, let's go and visit San Sebastian. Descend a little bit along the way. So if we lean over and sit up, we can see out across the town. Okay, so this is San Sebastian. Okay, so from San Sebastian we need to travel 101 degrees to get to Arecibo. So we'll stay at just over 2,000 feet. I think we can see the masts of Arecibo actually in the trees up ahead. Now I'm presuming that this is going to be modelled before it fell to pieces last year. Or was it 2 years ago now? So if you weren't aware, there was a structural failure at Arecibo of the main instrument unit. It collapsed into the middle of the telescope. So I'm just going to take off head tracking so I can read the live stream again. So, have I thought about doing a NeoFly series? No, I haven't actually looked at it yet. Puerto Rico looks fab. I simply must get out from the west coast. Love this aeroplane. It's quite a nice little aeroplane, isn't it? This is the Archer. Coronado Archer 2. Shall we have a look at it from outside? you can see the masts of Arecibo, and they've got the instrument unit still there, so it's modelled before it collapsed. Whenever I see Arecibo, I always remember the movie Contact. I read the book years ago by Carl Sagan. And I loved the book, and then obviously the movie came out with Jodie Foster. It was a fantastic movie. We haven't got far to go. Just have a quick look at the live stream comments. So Nitro Aviation is saying, I'm thinking of buying the Mooney, but should I do it? No, is it even good? Yeah, all of the Coronado aircraft are good. They're not all study level. If you want something that's really, really accurate, the best aircraft for the simulator at the moment is the A2A Comanche. But if you just want something that's good fun to go fly around, all of the Coronados are good. The Mooney has an advantage over many aircraft in its class in that it has speed brakes, so you don't have to manage descents quite as, or approaches I should say, quite as far in advance as you do with other aircraft, because you can slow the aircraft down and descend quickly. Okay, you can see the masts coming, you can see the instrument array just appearing in the distance. So we will obviously circle Arecibo and lower altitude when we get closer. I just thought it might be nice to see it from altitude on the way in. I've not read about it actually since the accident happened with the instrumentation kit falling into the dish. Are they scrapping it now, or does anybody know on the live stream? I'm guessing it would cost too much to repair. And there are other projects now, such as the various space telescopes. Getting there slowly. This isn't the fastest aeroplane in the world. Tops out about 125 knots. I wasn't aware that the instrumentation was that high above the dish, or maybe it's an optical illusion from here, with the tree line obscuring our view of it. Done it pretty well, haven't they? Of course, it doesn't actually look like this anymore because it's all collapsed, but it's very cool. They've done it very... They've got all the buildings on the ground. Okay, so we've had our nose at Arecibo. Makes you wonder how on earth they must have flown all of the materials in to build it, because I can't imagine it would have been easy to transport anything here. Okay, let's go and figure out where we're going next. We're going to go south, 195 degrees, down to Adjuntas. But we may, I guess it would make more fun to go over this way, wouldn't it? Add position. Whoa. This is what happens when you... This is what happens when you are trying to read Livestream comments and look at the map and do various other things. There we go. So let's have another circle round and see it from the other side. It does look very real, doesn't it? So it's no surprise anybody coming in would think this was real, because it does look it. It's very cool. Okay, 195 degrees. Just corrected the gyro compass for drift. So it's 180 coming up. 190. Was it 189? I can't remember now. Oh no, we're going over 167 degrees to Utuado. So 170 we want then, or thereabouts, and then we'll follow the river valley. Okay, I'm going to turn head tracking off so I can look at the live stream comments again. The dish on the moon is bigger. Right, here we go. Please excuse me while I get some tin foil to make a hat out of it. Okay, so as we fly over this ridge, we're going to come down into this place, Utuado. So look at this from outside. Okay, so 220 degrees or thereabouts. So straight over the top of that hill or go round the hill. Let's see what the climb rate is like on this little archer. So holding just under 100 knots. We can get about 700 feet a minute, I think, to 1,000 feet a minute, something like that, at full throttle. So, I'm going to pronounce this horribly wrongly, but is it Salthian music? Are you a pilot in real life? No, I'm not. No, I'm just playing around with Flight Simulator and sharing my escapades on the internet. Okay, so we carry on down to Adjuntas. So we're slightly off to the right. So we can see the river down there. Let's pull the throttle back. Start looking out for the airfield. Is it going to be on top of the hill, do we think? Let's have a look at the contours on the map again. No, it's on the other side of this. I'm guessing it's around the back of this hill somewhere. It's going to be spot the airfield time now, isn't it? So let's sit up and try not to bash our head on the ceiling. There it is. It's in the trees, so it is on top of the ridge. Can you see it there? So we'll do a touch and go. Which direction does the wind make sense for? So we'll be running runway 13. So we'll turn around. Fly the opposite of 130 degrees, or the reciprocal, which will be 310. There's the runway down there. I'm just going to descend and turn around and come back in for an approach. It's quite short, so we'll have to be quite careful. Keep it on the airspeed as well. Okay, flaps. Now I've lost the runway. Where are we? Okay. We're not taking any risks here. We are going to circle and climb. Because this could end horribly. Just shows you how quickly you can get disoriented, doesn't it? There it is. Full flaps. There's a huge tree right in the way of our approach. So what we might do is come in from one side if there's a gap in the trees. We might not be doing this touch and go, you know. These trees are going to make it almost impossible. But we'll see. Quite a lot of turbulence as well. Go for the lowest point in the trees and watching the stall speed. This is dangerous. Whoa! And try and get some speed back. Oh my word. In the real world, those trees wouldn't be there. That was, yeah, dangerous. Okay. So we need to go 146 degrees, 15 miles down to the coast to Ponce and Mercedita. So we need to climb out of this valley. So we're full throttle, flaps are up, getting some speed back. Okay, I'm going to turn the head tracking back off so I can look at the live stream comments without crashing the airplane. Okay. So we can basically follow this valley out to the coast. It's a bit of mist, low hanging mist down here. Not too much though. So we should be able to see the airfield before long. Let's have another look. So it's just out here somewhere. So let's have a look at the wind as well. So we've got an onshore breeze, so we're going to be going for runway 12. Let's find out what the wind is doing at ground level. 140, 15 knots. Okay, that's fine. Okay, keep an eye out for the airfield. Somewhere off the left side of the nose. Oh, there it is. It's over here. This is all stock scenery that we're seeing today, if anybody is wondering. It's live weather and stock scenery. So this is just what Flight Simulator looks like. Okay, we're a little bit high, so we may have to side slip just to lose some height on the way in. So if we do a right side slip, so I'm putting full right rudder and a little bit of left aileron to cause the aeroplane to descend. Okay, and first stage of flaps. We're only doing a touch and go, so it should be fairly straightforward. Next stage of flaps. We're too high according to the lights, but we can see that. Let's get back onto the center line. We should get one red and one white if we line the lights. There we go. We've got a red light and a white light, which means we're on the glide slope. Two reds means we're too low, and one red, one white. Yeah, we're edging too low again. Playing the game with the fussy lights. I mean, it is such an enormous runway, we really don't need to use any of the instrument functionality. Flaps up. And back in the air again. It's a PC-21 parked up on the ground down there. You can see it's a slight crosswind going on. You can see I'm crabbing slightly into it to hold the centre line. Okay, where next? The direction we're going, Santa Isabel is next, just a little way down the coast. So should we go out for the coast and follow the edge of the water? It's getting misty, isn't it? Slow hanging mist. So we follow the curve of the bay around basically, and then we should find Santa Isabel on the other end of this outcrop here. Okay, let's just turn off head tracking for a moment. Sorry for looking around the cockpit like a crazy person, that's just me turning my head to find the keyboard. Should we have a look from outside for a while? You can see the runway disappearing into the mist behind us. You never know what you're going to get with live weather, do you? Should we descend down to the waterline? Skim the beach on the way by. Oh, here comes one of the many billionaire yachts that Flight Simulator likes to put in the ocean around the place. It's not a yacht anyway, it's a plastic tub with engines. Okay, let's get a bit of altitude, see if we can spot the runway. Spot the wind farm. So we're almost on top of the airfield, according to the map. And there it is. Okay, next destination for us is going to be quite a long way, actually, looking at this. Humacao, 35 miles, 86 magnetic. So we're going about the right direction. Should we get some altitude this time? Trying to avoid these windmills. Okay, there's a tile that doesn't fit over there. We found an anomaly in the scenery. It's interesting when that happens, isn't it? So we're on our way over to Humacao. Shame this doesn't have an autopilot. They're saying that it does have this AI pilot, doesn't it? I'm guessing I can't get it to X63 we want to go to. Which is Himiko. Yeah, it won't let me cities. That's annoying, isn't it? So we'd want to go to Las Piedras or Himiko. Yeah, I don't think it's listed. No. Unless this is alphabetical in some way. No, it's just not got anything. Landmarks, fauna, airports. Only does it in a very close range. Oh well. See, right the way across the island now. Now we're high enough. I wonder if we put in a direct 2 to X63, I wonder if it would understand that. I wonder what auto trim does. I've never played with the AI pilot. So is it clever enough to make it follow the GPS, or is it just going to go straight and level? Interesting. So I can just leave it alone now and it will continue going in this direction. It zeroed out the vertical speed by the look of it. Unless that was because I'd already trimmed it, maybe. But what we can do now is wind this backwards and it will show us the countdown. Although it's nice to have the directions as well, isn't it? Yeah, that's a shame. Can we show the numbers if we go through the menu? Data fields on. Yeah, so we can show the distance to go, which is quite cool. And the track, obviously, and estimated time on route, 12 minutes to go. Just have to remember to turn off the AI pilot because it's not the autopilot. So 5,200 feet above sea level, chugging along, enjoying the scenery. Very cool. So what I'll do is turn off the head tracking, and we'll do that. Then I can read the comments. Yeah, Roosevelt Roads has got a massive runway. Good point, Mike, about leaning the mixture. I've just done it. I'm just trying to think. The reason it may have been extended, you'll probably find out this was one of the locations used as an emergency landing place for various things over the years. So because it's so near the equator, it's near the orbital plane, so you might find that Roosevelt is was extended for either orbital, like shuttles, or even for spy planes to go out over the Atlantic. Although you'd think the better way for spy planes would be to go over the North Pole to get to Northern Europe and Russia. But yeah, I know they used to often fly across the Middle East though as well. We'll correct the heading in a moment. So we are 13 miles away from our target. Yeah, I think what's going on here, looking at that curve, the wind is slowly weather cooking us. Even against the AI pilot, it's holding the wings level, but it's not holding the heading. So let's go and turn off that AI pilot now. turn the head tracking back on. Whoa! We're way back in the cockpit. That's better. "10 miles to run." So you go and visit Hector Hardware at Yabucow. To start descending. So the airfield is out here somewhere. Okay, so according to the mighty internet, Humacao is a city and municipality in Puerto Rico, located in the eastern coast of the island, north of Yabucow, south of Naguabo, east of Las Piedras, and west of the Vieques Passage. That's probably not how you pronounce that. Humacao is spread over 12 barrios and the Humacao Pueblo. It is part of the San Juan Casuas Guaynabo Metropolitan Statistical Area. God, some of these place names are so foreign to me, and the collections of letters. I do apologise in advance for butchering some of them. Okay, so how are we doing on the map? So off to the right of the city. So here's the city, and the airfield's going to be over here somewhere. It's directly in front of us, isn't it? You can see it there. So what do we need to do in terms of direction for the wind? Straight in the direction we're coming. So we need to lose some height in a hurry. So drop the airplane to idle. Let the nose fall. At least this means we get to see the city as we fly over the top, which is pretty cool. to look where I'm going as well. Would help. Need to lose some speed as well, actually. Let's get the nose up. It's very cool, isn't it? Flaps up. Okay, 26 miles over to our final destination for the evening at San Juan. So we need to be flying 330 degrees, and that will be across the wind by the look of it. So 335 degrees would probably be better. And then ask the AI pilot to keep us in a straight line. Let's just hold the climb for a while first. Just come up through 2,000 feet. So we could do the same trick with the navigating, couldn't we? And put in the TJIG is the ICAO code for the destination. So we'll go direct to. If I can click on the tiny little button, there we go. TJIG. Enter. And activate. There we go. So it's kind of that way. But we need to turn into the wind a little bit before we turn the autopilot on. Or not the autopilot, the robotic pilot. We're probably high enough. Okay, let's see how we do this again. Oops, wrong button. AI piloting. Auto trim. Let's see how he gets on with that. So it's got about 340 degrees rather than 335, but should be good. We'll pull the throttle back now. That's some scenery, isn't it? Okay, so this will give us the distances as well. So we've got 20 miles to run. About 8 minutes. Turn off the head tracking for a moment so I can go and check the live stream comments. It's a bit windier on this side of the island by the look of it. So we've got, yeah, an 18 knot tailwind at the moment. So with the tailwind, our ground speed must be quite impressive. 7 minutes to go to cover 16 miles. That's shifting. So we're probably doing, yeah, 140 over the ground, I would imagine, if we've got a 20 knot tailwind. Okay, so we can see the built-up area of San Juan approaching underneath us. So we'll drop 1,000 feet when we get a bit closer and fly in low over the city. So the beacon that we can see flashing out there, that's the international airport over there. That's obviously an aircraft has just departed by the look of it. Should we see what this is going to look like at sunset? We'll advance time beyond. How about a bit further? That'll do, won't it? So I need to turn up the panel lights, I suppose. Don't think they're that bright in this aeroplane, but they're better than nothing. Mike Coffee is saying track IR or the other. I'm using the Tobii Eye Tracker. And the keyboard. And the mouse. So 8 miles to run. So I imagine the streetlights should come on. Should we manipulate the time a little bit more to see what it looks like at night? Very cool. Or twilight. There we go. Should put it back onto live time, so it's actually middle of the afternoon, isn't it? Whoa, there's some serious assets being loaded in. That's why the sim is stuttering. Oh, it'll be aeroplanes at the airport. At the international airport. Okay, so let's go and turn off this AI pilot now. And fly ourselves. So we want to descend down into the city. And go and have an explore before we land. So we are only a few miles away, 4 miles out that way, over by the lake. So, or the inlet, I should say. Yeah, it's on the ocean side of the water. So our airfield is over there. So, but we're going to have a look around first. So we can see the beacon from the airfield directly in front of us. There's the runway in the mist. So which way makes sense to land from? The opposite end. So if we do a left circuit around the airfield. Is that a cruise liner in line with the runway? Fantastic. So we'll be dodging the funnels on the way in probably. What's going on with this? There we go, that's better. across the runway. Put the flaps down. I think that line is actually moving very slowly, maybe. Or not. No, it isn't, is it? It's just going to stay in the way. Okay, full flaps. It's got puppy lights, which is interesting at this airport. Be good to try and land a big jet here, wouldn't it? With the liner in the way. Obviously the puppy lights are saying we're too high, but we can't really descend with this sodding great thing below us. And now we have a truck on the runway. Flaps up, and we'll get off the runway at the next exit. Now, where are we going to park? We'll go this side. Next to this bird dog, shall we? Okay, and pull the mixture back. Oh, I forgot to turn off the avionics via their master switch, but oh well. And turn the magnetos off. We never needed to change fuel in the end, did we? Which is interesting. Because it was quite a short flight, I guess. Okay, I can't remember how to work the doors on this thing now. Oh, it's up there. I thought there was a latch somewhere. There we go. So if we go and wander out through here, and there's our trusty little aeroplane. Coronado Piper Archer 2. It does look good, doesn't it? Oh, here comes the police. They're going to search my aeroplane for contraband. Unfortunately, all they're going to find is chocolate bar wrappers and energy drinks. Or maybe coffee. Right, hopefully you enjoyed that. That was a quick flight around Arecibo earlier, and then hopping along the coast. So yeah, it was good fun. Puerto Rico is a gorgeous place, isn't it? Look at the size of that liner. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon. I'm just going to check out the live stream comments before I go. Cool. Okay, no one's asking questions, which is good, because I hardly ever know the answers. Cool. I'll see you all soon. Take care.